Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Cassini Project. When we left off, our intrepid crew had run across our other campaign's captain. That's kind of weird, but we're going to be picking up there. A little notice ahead of time because of things. Next week, we will not be continuing the story, even though there is a planned part 3. We will be doing our Mirror Universe episode because we've got scheduling conflicts, and that's a problem. Also, Ryan unfortunately couldn't make it tonight because there was a last-minute shakeup in his personal life and unfortunately couldn't make it, but hopefully he'll be here for part 3. But, everyone, I believe it's time to continue on. And Tally-ho, I kind of believe you were about to give a mission briefing.
Alrighty. So to reset the scene, go ahead.
So, everyone is on New Romulus. And there was a big diplomatic dinner that got interrupted with a red alert, and then turned out Sela has been kidnapped. And now you guys are orchestrating a rescue mission. And Admiral Ted is now going to be the one leading the charge.
Fun.
Ted grunts and stomps his cane on the floor a little bit. Alright, everybody. Gather around, listen up. This place has hollow projectors, right?
Huh?
No, he's asking. This place has hollow projectors, right?
I believe it does, Admiral.
Great. Put him up. Link him over to my aide over there.
Tanae's just tabs the things and links it in.
No, I was talking to some rando. I wasn't talking to Tanae.
You're standing next to Tanae. That's the problem.
And for the first time in the campaign or in Star Trek Online, Tanae makes herself useful.
Oh.
One threat.
Alrighty. So the lights dim, and we see the space open up in the sky above everyone's heads.
So where it actually projects is that it opens up over the table and everyone starts getting into chairs around the giant dining table.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. We center in on a spaceborne facility. All right. At 22:30 fleet-wide time yesterday, Sela was absconded from facility 4028 by a task force of Romulan Empire forces. Is our understanding that they're making a headway to Rator, the new home world of the Romulan Empire? As far as we understand, they've captured her in order to plan her not quite execution, more Romulan way of just murdering somebody and then blaming it on somebody else.
Namely, us.
As always. What this would do would be to essentially cohese and strengthen the Romulan Empire to turn them back into a substantial threat. This could be dangerous to our allies, the new Romulan Republic, as well as everyone else in the quadrant. Naturally, we can't let this happen. So, we're going to be doing something pretty ballsy. And the scene changes over to Redor. We got 2 options here. None of them great, one a little better than the other. First option, we're going to take the fleet and we're going to bum rush the Romulans over Redor. Not great. Risky, people are going to die, most likely Sela, which is counterproductive, strangely enough. Second option, a little crazier, but probably work. We'll send one ship in with stealth capabilities. They'll sneak their way in, grab Sela from where she's being held, and hightail it out of there, hopefully to make a rendezvous point with the fleet.
Admiral Tanae at this point pipes in. The unfortunate truth, however, is that currently our intelligence ships are deployed in the Alpha Quadrant, investigating protomatter attacks on the far side of the quadrant. None of them are available to reach Rator in time. Even ships in nearby space would not be able to intercept this Romulan vanguard before they return to Rator.
So we can't catch the ship while it's going. It means we have to We have to break into their homeworld, which will be, well, insane. But hell, we've done crazy before.
There's just kind of a murmur and a lot of, oh crap, it's going to be one of these assignments.
Yep. Alrighty. Anybody got any questions?
Is there a particularly stealthy approach, or are we just going to have to mask our energy signature?
Today steps forward. The only approach that is available would be to send in a vessel that has some intelligence capabilities and is capable of masking their energy signature. It will take a daring pilot who is capable of making these very extreme maneuvers. We will also likely need a vessel that has atmospheric flight capabilities.
As it stands, there's only one vessel with those capabilities, even here in orbit, and she ain't Romulan.
I just share a look with Talus.
Let me guess.
Guess away.
USS Cassini.
Got it in one. Yep. You kids are going to be doing one hell of a crazy run. But don't worry too much. The 27th will be backing you up.
The fact is that getting in is the easy part. Getting out will be 100 times harder. And we do not believe that it is very likely that you will be able to escape Rator undetected.
No. Once you're going to get Sela, you're going to have to get it back on your ship and hightail it back to the rendezvous point, where we'll be waiting to take care of any Imperial forces that chase after you.
Could we just signal the fleet to come in once we have the Empress?
Bringing the
If
fleet into Rator would be political suicide. We
However,
essentially be declaring war on the Empire again.
however, if it is necessary, we may find ourselves in a situation where that is required.
I mean,
The
we do
fact-
have Slipstream, right?
Your slipstream drive will not be able to get you into the system, nor will it be able to assist you while you are trying to make an atmospheric climb.
Great.
So basically, once we're back into space, yeah, the slipstream will be able to get us out of there, but getting there and maneuvering into the system, that's when, yeah, I'm going to have to do some fancy flying.
Slipstream also takes a while to charge up, and you're pretty vulnerable during while it's activated, as far as I remember.
There's also the issue of approach at slipstream would make you very obvious on their sensors.
And the
In fact-
idea is stealth.
I meant more for the running the hell away part.
I felt it prudent to mention the other thing.
Thank you, Admiral.
So yeah, the USS Cassini will take point of this mission. Goddamn crazy mission, but hey, that's what we do.
As for the rest of the 27th Fleet, we will be having a further briefing for defensive maneuvers in approximately 30 minutes. Any further questions? Then I suggest we get to it. Dismissed.
Mhm.
And Tanae starts walking towards you guys.
Of course she does.
And she hands actually a data rod to Captain Harrison. This is all the current intelligence we have on the Romulan Star Empire's current status, the current status of Rotor, and the current status of the vessels and security measures that are in place.
How reliable is this intelligence?
As reliable as it's going to get.
I understand. When do we depart, Admiral?
Immediately. You're going to be limited to Warp 5. I do not believe Cassini will be able to proceed at any faster velocity without being detected by Romulan border patrols. You may engage maximum warp until you reach the border.
Graz, with that information, what's our ETA to Rator?
Graz, reason con check, please.
Yay.
This is a difficulty 0 task.
Okay, reason con.
Yeah, no,
With
no,
focus.
With focus.
Okay. Because it's a piloting ching. 2 task roll. Just making sure that there we go.
All right, you guys gain 2 momentum. So if you went maximum warp to the Romulan Star Empire's border and then warp 5, it would take you approximately 14 hours in the Cassini to reach Rator.
That could be enough time to conduct a simulation.
That I hope would have been your plan.
Ah, certainly part of it. Thank you, Admiral. Admirals.
And Admiral Ted and DeSoto would just walk away.
What do you think, Commander? I'm speaking to Catheris.
I think it's a hell of a mission.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I sit onto my party, and we're going to beam back up to the Cassini.
All right. So you guys file out of the room, and is anyone going to do anything before we leave, or are you guys just leaving right now?
That's the time.
I'm curious. I understand the Romulan Republic can't respond, but I don't suppose they could loan us a cloaking device.
So I will go over that in the briefing. But to put it bluntly, a cloaking device is not going to work on this.
Not to actually cloak the ship.
What's your thought process?
Okay, so when the Doctor was aboard a hierarchy ship, he was able to reroute its cloaking device through the main deflector to create a photonic decoy.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
So-
We have photonic generators now in this time
Yes,
period.
the Cassini has external holographic emitters.
Perfect.
Those aren't perfect, though.
They aren't perfect, and it's not going to be able to disguise your energy signature. You
But
can
it
also
might be enough of a distraction at some crucial point to get out.
That's true. That'll be something to consider.
and this is why Kagon's the science officer. He gets the photonic fleet power.
Alrighty. Well, before we leave, though, I assume that Drake has made his way with the admirals.
Yeah, he's currently talking to Ted, who is not happy, obviously, talking to Drake.
Before we leave, I'm going to make eye contact with Drake. And just walk away.
Okay, Drake doesn't see you, actually, because you're at an angle where he's kind of to the back to you. You do briefly make eye contact with Ted, though, who immediately breaks eye contact.
And then I see into infinity. Because I see myself.
Okay. Fourth wall broken.
Oh, that hurt. My
Yeah.
nose bleeds a little.
Yeah, a little too much. All right, so you guys get back on board, and you're on the bridge. You've changed out of your dress uniforms and all that.
Ah, lovely.
Yep.
Alrighty. So first thing I'm gonna do is set a course for radar.
Okay. So,
No, go ahead.
guys, yeah, I gotta go double check really fast the rules about warp travel, because you guys are going to maximum warp.
It's like power per over like 7, right?
Yeah, you have to spend point of power over 7. I have to double check that really fast. It's the only thing I didn't research before tonight.
So
If
here's
anyone-
a question.
Mhm.
Did Bass take the perk that gives you +5% space speed?
Huh?
You started cutting out a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
Did Bass take the perk that gives you +25% of your sector space speed?
Oh. basis. 219. Do.
Is it on GM sheet?
It is not on the GM sheet because I just looked there.
Weird. Let's
Yeah.
see. Sensors, security, helm, and nav.
Going to warp. So, Bass, I need you to do a control con with another difficulty 0, assisted with the ship's engine con.
I got the ship.
And you must spend 1 or more power.
Should I use momentum? Probably not. I probably won't use momentum.
Nah, you're pretty good with this.
Yeah.
This is like your wheelhouse.
How much power do we need to use? At least 1?
At least 1.
Well, we're going like 3 though, right? Because we're going to maximum warp.
Yeah, you're going to maximum warp, so
All right.
Doesn't the Cassini have advanced warp drive?
it does.
It does.
So we might get some of that back.
Yes. I need to go dig up the starship trace.
Okay,
while we're doing
there
that.
we go. So another 2. Plus
Another 2.
Nice.
Plus another 2. So you guys got 1 left over. Got a bonus momentum there.
Can we use that bonus momentum to regenerate 1 power?
Let's see if that's a momentum spend or not.
See, starship talents.
It's an engineering ability to, like a task roll to regain power.
That would be Sahen's thing.
So improved warp drive. Whenever the ship spends power to go to warp, roll 1 challenge die for each power spent. For each effect roll, that point of power is not spent.
So that's
Does
3.
So does the ship roll the challenge dice, basically?
Basically, yes. It's a ship roll.
2.
Nope.
No effects.
It has to be
No
effects.
No effects.
Nope.
So we're down 3 power.
Down 3 power. I will, however, happily allow you to drop that to 2 with that 1 leftover momentum because that's kind of dickish to not let you use that.
All right. I've
Yeah.
marked it off on the sheet.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, you guys got a lot of power, so the ship's good.
Yeah.
All right. So ship's nacelles lift up. You guys jump to warp.
All right. Now that we're at warp, I'm going to call a senior staff meeting at 15 minutes, including our Mako colonel.
Including the Mako. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second to bring this map back up because I put it away.
No big.
So
Would that give me enough time to read over the data that Tanae gave?
absolutely, it will give you enough time.
Yeah, that's why I said 15 minutes.
I would also like to do a planning to how I might approach the radar.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. You want to check out the operational theater?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with Steph because Steph asked first. Here is the deal about Retor. The reason you're not being given a cloaking device for this mission is that they have a tachyon detection grid.
Of course.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been used against them enough times, they know to use one themselves, especially when they've got the Republic to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a few issues as well with they're going to be scanning for cloaking frequencies, even if you had a new cloaking frequency. Like, for instance, you had the phase cloaks that the Sovereign classes are using now. They are scanning for that actively. So it's not like it would be a very good move to do that. The other thing that you also are reading about this is that how do I phrase this properly? Essentially, the Cassini has a chance to get in, but it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass.
Great.
And the reason it's going to be a pain in the ass is you guys have to mask your energy signature in such a way that permits you to... Basically, you need to fly under the radar.
Okay.
Or activate heat sinks.
Yeah, activate heat sinks, go full Normandy on this ship, and hope like hell you don't get caught.
If we come in outside the plane of the system's ecliptic, too.
Yeah, and it's generally easier if we warp in from behind the sun.
Yeah. Is there a way with my intelligence officer thing to try and create an advantage with this information?
You may be able to create an advantage when you decide to take a task later on with this. I will allow you to hold. I'm going to let you hold on to that for right now. But this is this intelligence is very good for generating advantages if you can turn it to your side.
I have some ideas.
As for the space fleet that is currently present in orbit, there are 2 Daenerys's, 3 Mogais, so like the ships from Nemesis, if you're not familiar with the STO term.
Oh god.
Yeah. And 5 Tavaro birds of prey.
Oh, good.
So big, bigger, and biggest.
There's no scimitar present as far as you can tell.
Oh, okay.
So
It could be
that-
cloaked.
it could be cloaked, but
In fact, yeah, we should assume there could be any number of cloaked ships above that planet.
Mhm. But from what Starfleet intelligence has gathered, typically that is the fleet that is present there.
Do
Is
we
there
know
a way I
where? Do we
No,
know where
go
they
ahead.
might be taking Sela?
We know exactly where she is going to be probably taken. They are not going to take her to some secure location because, honestly, it's their Empress. Her palace is the most secure location. Let her have some luxuries after being cooped up in a despotic Federation prison for a week.
And then stab her in the back.
Exactly. Now, here is the thing, and I was going to get to this next because this is how the ground forces are going to come into play here. When you're dealing with the city on Rotor in Nova Roma, there is a transporter dampening field around the palace. It is only ever lowered for the Empress.
Standard procedure.
You're either going to have to convince her to come with you willingly and turn it off, or you're going to have to get her out of there, or you're going to have to disable it yourselves.
And this is assuming she still has the authority to deactivate it.
Exactly.
I mean, flying in. Well, I mean, they needed a ship with atmospheric capabilities, so.
And the reason for that is,
Would the dampening field still be effective if the Cassini had flown inside it?
if the Cassini is flying inside it, she's basically flying into the building.
Okay, that's fair.
We're talking a very close to the ground, like, to be clear, you're at the biggest point on the palace that you could stick the Cassini in there. You're probably getting maybe half the secondary deflector in if you put in the tip of the saucer.
What worries me is that they probably have like a planet-wide scanning network just in case someone tries to get in illicitly, right?
Correct.
Oh, probably.
What may be interesting is we don't try to beam in. We actually try to do something like a halo jump.
Huh, that's an interesting idea.
You do have equipment to do orbital skydiving if you need to. You wouldn't even have to do it from that far up. There is also several forests and clearings inside that forest if you want to land the ship for the duration of the mission while you go in on foot.
And we do have that new ground vehicle.
That's loud.
That's a little more dangerous.
That's fair.
Can we say that we're brainstorming this during the meeting now, so we're not like
Yeah,
so we're
we'll
all in
say-
character.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're in the briefing room now. So
Did I get any information about what the best approach might be
Right.
in terms of?
So here is the current situation with Rotor. Rotor 3 is a binary planet, much like Romulus and Remus were. Its binary companion, Rotor 4, is a Class D world with a ring system. Not a particularly dense one, nothing that's going to mass sensors or anything. And currently Nova Roma is actually, and this is possibly to the fleet's advantage if they have to come in and bail you out, Nova Roma will be at its orbital cycle facing the second planet.
What I have right now is an idea. We warp in behind us on the mask our presence. We sort of glide in slowly. We don't go into orbit over Rotor 3. we said do the halo drop as we're passing by it. The Cassini gets somewhere safe, and then we signal them for the return once we're ready for to evac.
I mean, can we try and disable dampening fields around the?
So let's do one thing at a time. So Theris, I want you to do let's say it's a reason security task for that.
Sure.
I'm thinking what we may have to do is get some demolition charges.
May I take a dice for cautious?
You may.
Yeah, please do.
Do I have anything that would apply as a focus?
Intelligence operative.
This is an intelligence mission.
This is an intelligence mission. This is what you're meant for.
Oh, reroll.
Yeah, you got the caution.
Oh!
Time out. You know you can reroll any number of die for a cautious, right?
I did
Cautious,
not.
You can only roll one.
Yeah. You only rerolled one. I wanted to take time to make sure you knew that and let you reroll that, because that's kind of a dick move. That slipped my mind. Go ahead and reroll both.
Okay.
And in exchange, I am gonna take a point of threat for my magnanimous gesture here.
Wait, so what am I re-rolling?
So
Two die.
2 die.
2 die with focus.
That's
That-
a little bit
that's
better.
Way better. The difficulty was 3, so you're getting that momentum back. Here is the issue with Harrison's plan about basically halo jumping you guys and getting the ship out of there. You're not getting the ship back in.
Yeah, once we're in, we're in. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you do that, you can't go in and rescue them because they will be prepared for that.
Okay, question.
Can we do a dead stick descent?
I don't know what that is.
You be basically gliding the Cassini in.
That is
Without-
far more
without
doable.
use- What's that?
That is far more doable.
Also, question. Is the Imperial Palace landlocked, or is it next to a coastline?
It is near a coastline, and there is a river running through the city.
However, how wide and deep is the river? Not the
No.
city. I mean, next to the
Not wide
coast.
and deep
The
enough.
river is not wide and deep enough
Okay.
to hide the Cassini.
But could we hide the Cassini in the ocean?
You want to into darkness this? Okay.
It's large enough. It could easily
You
sustain a massive our size.
It's a Pathfinder class ship. We're not into darknessing anything. We are Sally riding this.
Here is the thing. Theoretically, yes, you could do that. That is not very smart idea to do. That is going to make a lot of noise, and it's going to be very obvious, and it's going to be seen because the city is somewhat on a hill over
if we-
the ocean.
No, we don't go in by the city. We go in it far enough that we're using the planet's curvature to hide us. We go in under the water, and then we just sort of submarine our way in.
You're not going to get close enough to the shoreline like that.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
I'm
we'll be close enough to
kiboshing
beam.
that now.
Will we be close enough to beam?
No.
All right.
Not through water.
No, you can beam through water.
No, there's a reduced range through solid matter. It's the same thing with rock. Like, if you beam into a cave, there's geological interference. It's very difficult.
All right, I just don't like the idea of landing her in like the open.
Like
I mean,
said,
we don't have to land her. We can just keep her in orbit somewhere close by.
I
And
wonder
then
how many ships
get
are going to be
shot
around
off.
in orbit.
Your best bet would be to keep her in Atmo or land her in one of those forest clearings if you're going to put her somewhere.
Hmm.
They didn't pick this location for no reason. There are very limited options for sneaking into Nova Roma.
I mean, you know how paranoid some Romulans can be.
If we power down all systems, how quiet can we be in orbit?
You can be pretty quiet, but they're going to scan for you constantly.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to mask our energy signature as much as possible.
The thing about staying in orbit is you will probably get caught at some point.
So we're looking at a very small active window.
Mm-hmm. If you stay in orbit, that fleet is going to be your worst enemy.
How quickly can the Cassini get from the Radar 4 to Radar 3?
Well, it's not very far. At full impulse, you could probably do it in about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. That's a long time.
alert every ship in the Romulan fleet.
Pretty much. That's the thing. This is the Romulan homeworld, and you guys, I'm taking 2 points of threat for continuing this line of discussion.
If I may, I think that the best bet is to keep the Cassini further away from the planet, take a smaller vessel in with
Like the
limited
Arrow
crew, like the Arrow shuttle, and it makes less of an impact. It's harder to detect, smaller thing to hide.
And we can keep the Cassini behind radar 3.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if the arrow shuttle does get spotted, it'll get knocked out of the sky.
And with that many ships in orbit, the same thing would happen to Cassini.
Yeah, but Cassini has a little bit more defensive options.
So I'm gonna
If we absolutely needed to, we could activate the armor and then try and bail.
So Sahen pipes up here and goes, I don't know about necessarily taking the Arrow shuttle. That will weaken the Cassini structural integrity by exposing a section of our under saucer.
You could take the Eagle.
The Eagle would probably be the best if you took a small craft. The Cassini herself, however, has built-in stealth systems that will allow her to slip in. They'll roughly be on par as far as detectability goes. Unless they look out the window, which I don't know if the Romulans are necessarily doing that. If we're getting close enough for them to see us with the visual eye, we're begging to be caught.
So naturally, we're still going to go into the cover of darkness.
So, systems run a dead stick descent just using the ship's navigational deflectors to provide aerodynamic lift, kind of like what the old Earth space shuttles used to do.
We got enough fuel in the chemical thrusters to handle that. If we need to make course corrections.
I guess we're landing around the planet then.
Yep, I would. Landing the planet would be the most effective way to avoid detection.
Well, that solves us getting to the planet. Now we need to decide what we're going to do in the palace.
So, Catharis, can I get you to roll another reason security check? This is you using that intelligence.
Yep, okay. I will take another die for cautious because apparently I'm rolling garbage.
I feel ya. And I'm increasing the threat simply for starting your plan of action.
Alright. The complications range stays the same?
Standard complication range. Difficulty on this is going to be 2.
How about you re-roll that 0 just in case?
I mean, we don't
It's
need
not
to.
Yeah, your
No,
guys.
I'll stick with it. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna.
If I re-roll it, I'll just get a complication.
As a GM, it's like
Basically.
I maxed out on momentum. What can you do here?
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, the couple of options you do have is that you could take in a team under the cover of darkness for night or day for night, depending on what time you get there. A very small team might be able to infiltrate.
Right.
That's option 1. Option 2 is you go for a little more of a sneaky Romulan approach. And that is you're going to take Sahen in, disguised as...
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. So basically, you send in a couple of guys with Sahen acting like you're their prisoners and offer them to the Empress as a gift.
Basically, that's kind of what I was thinking. Or
I'm not a fan of that.
why?
It's just too many variables. A small team going in on the cover of darkness would be more controlled.
That's true. I mean, a small team could also include Sahen.
Oh, obviously. His knowledge of Romulan engineering is invaluable in this situation.
So here are the pros and cons to both sides of these arguments.
Option B could always be a backup plan too. If we go in quiet, but if things get loud, Sahen turns on us and decides that maybe being a turncoat is better than being a prisoner.
Just you used inverted like finger quotes there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
He goes, I'm probably going to wear a Tal Shiar uniform for this.
Too
Interesting.
many variables.
The fact
There's
is,
always going to be variables.
No, the problem is that's too socially focused, unfortunately. It's just too much convincing, and to be
So-
frank, I'm not quite sure if Sahen's acting.
As much as I approve of the knock-in doors and shooting things approach, that's not going to work this time.
yeah, so here is the downsides and upsides to each. So, option one, the upside is that you're not. There is less likely of you guys getting caught flat-footed with it. However, it's got a higher chance of this operation going south, people getting gunned down, and even possibly accelerating the Romulans' timetable of assassinating their own damn Empress. Because they can view this as, oh, the Federation's coming from. This is a perfect excuse.
Right.
Where
Because they could just say she was killed in the fighting.
exactly. The other side of this coin, option B, advantage is that you can get really close to Sela with this. But if you get caught, you're gonna get caught.
Yeah.
And then it's the same goddamn problem.
I do have an idea. This is a stupid idea, but I'm going to suggest it.
Okay?
If we do option B or even option A, if we manage to get in as far as we can, would it be possible to place or to somehow make a decoy in a way of Sela to
Like a hologram.
distract, like a hologram, like a person wearing a projection. I don't know.
Maybe even just a mobile hologram. We could
Yeah.
hide an emitter in a room.
Hollow Sela. Now available in the Cassini lockbox.
Mm-hmm. Target practice.
So at this point, Colonel Degaras speaks up and goes, I think that likely we might want to attempt both methods at once. My team could take the busting down the doors approach should a socially centric approach fail. You guys are going to need backup anyways if you get Sela out of there.
That's true.
It's not a bad plan, and it could even act as a good diversion once we're
Yep.
inside.
I'm not
You
a fan of
start-
it.
You start
keeps
the
us un-
fire, we go around the back.
It keeps us underarmed. We wouldn't be wearing the right equipment.
The fact is, you're going into Rotor 3. The odds are not good either way.
And even then, not many of us can actually go because, well, not many of us can pass a Romulan.
And he goes, who said you have to pass as Romulans?
Yeah, we're prisoners.
And the Empress loves debriefing Federation captives.
You would think the Empress would be aware that she was under sights here.
Again.
And Sela, she's arrogant.
Yeah.
She's arrogant, but she's not stupid.
Depends on the day. She thought Hakeeb was a good ally. Look how that worked out.
Regardless, are we able to provide information that could sway Sela to our side?
So included on the data rod is actually a detailed file on the new Praetor Pro Tempore, who has been acting in Sela's stead.
And is she going to believe that?
Well, she is going to probably believe that the Tal Shiar, which is the most important thing on here, is very supportive of her. And the Tal Shiar really wants Sela gone, and having a legitimate, with finger quotes there, successor to Sela would strengthen their power. It's the kind of ploy that she would do. It may not be enough to convince her, but it might be enough to sway her to be suspicious of her own side. The rest
Right.
will fall to you.
I don't like the social plan, but everyone else is on board. We'll go for it.
Well, think of it this way: you probably won't be coming planetside,
Probably not.
so you don't have to watch the fire.
Well, if we're landing the Cassini, he'll be planetside anyway, just, not in the palace.
You got a nice protective bubble protecting you. So one last thing about the landing procedure: you will be able to have shields, but you will not be able to deploy the ablative armor,
Oh.
because the ablative armor will replicate right through the landing gear.
Right.
And Sehen basically goes into that he can pre-charge the shields to basically, on a moment's notice, they turn on.
Have them on hot standby.
Mm-hmm.
Do the same thing for the engines.
Warp drive, however, will have to be taken offline while you're planet side. That's actually a
it'll make
safety.
too much noise as
Yeah.
well.
That's a good point.
So, who's coming on this mission? I'm assuming Talus, myself, Sehen, the Mako crew.
I believe the Mako crew is going to be your backup just in case things get hot. Oh, are we able to hide equipment in a transport buffer?
You can do it, but it's gonna be. That's actually gonna have to be a task roll when we get to it. Because
Can we make a Romulan transport buffer?
that is a little more difficult. That would be like an extended task kind of deal.
We have 13 hours.
You have 13 hours? That's like a 40-hour plan.
Yeah, well, it's Starfleet.
Your Starfleet,
Scotty
Who
would
is
say
too-
he'd take 40 hours, and then he'd do it in 12.
Yeah.
it's a hen saying you're going, I don't have any of the right parts.
No.
And Miles
well,
did it with less and with no parts.
He's not a Federation miracle worker, he's a Romulan miracle worker.
Yeah, get on our level.
Yeah, so he should be able to just as perfectly well with Romulan tech.
It's like, do you want
Okay.
me to infiltrate or do you want me to fix things?
No,
Okay.
we need him on the planet.
Can it look like a Romulan transport buffer, but still be a Federation transport buffer?
Yeah, that's totally doable. That's more reasonable. Like,
Then, yeah, we can mask it to just look like one without it being activated.
yeah, you can like rig it with a hollow emitter, and you can adjust the harmonics on it so that it's green when it glows, and then it reads as like a Romulan transporter signature.
We could just slap some stuff on it.
Yeah, that's easier.
Yeah, so we could probably do that. At least that way you would have some equipment in case you needed it.
Mm-hmm. That is far easier to do.
All right, then. So
Take
the-
phasers, armor, personal shields, grenades, detonation equipment.
Yeah. So
It's
the
almost
Makos.
like you don't know I've done this before.
You haven't done this before.
So here's the
I-
thing. There's
May-
So I have to be clear about the equipment side of this, and this is the last thing I have to say as a GM. The infiltration team is going to be very limited on what they can take.
That's what I suggest on the buffer.
Yeah.
The go loud
here-
box.
The go out box, here's the problem with that. Once you're in the palace, you will not have access to that anymore.
Yep.
That dampening field is both ways. Nothing in, nothing out.
Oh, okay.
When you guys go in there, you're going to have to walk into the palace. Whether that's blowing a hole in the side, crawling through a window, walking in the front door, you're not beaming anything into the palace.
She doesn't even have replicators then, huh?
Yep. I mean, the portal replicators, that's a kit module slot there. Sehen probably will be able to carry like one of his kit modules and one other item. And I'm assuming you're going to have him take sabotage.
Yeah. I'm also probably going to take a sabotage kit.
You guys are so here's the thing about the two guys going in as captives.
We have nothing?
So here's the thing. You will be allowed to take. Zahan's gonna have your sidearms as captures, but you can't take anything else in because otherwise it's not
going
gonna.
to conceal a Type 1 phaser.
Yeah, but there's no Type 1s in 2410 unless
No,
you
we're-
want. Yeah, there's no 2410 Type 1s, just Type 2s and Type 3s.
Well, Catheris would make a good choice because they always have a weapon on them.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to have someone else who's qualified in hand to hand, just in case.
I imagine that Lieutenant Bileksh has someone in mind.
Well, I could go as well, but
I would rather have you on the ship just in
Yeah.
case we need to get out. No offense.
The doctor's like, yes, he's our escape plan. He doesn't leave.
Lieutenant, you have a choice?
I want to do like an insight security roll to see like of the plans that have been presented so far, like what my read is, and then I also can give you a list of the best ranked hand-to-hand combatants on the ship, including myself.
Okay.
Humble brag.
Okay,
Oh.
so that's going to be two different roles. So
Okay.
to analyze the plans, it's going to be, I'm going to say difficulty 2, and
Okay.
your focuses will apply.
Cool. Insight security.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna take a momentum.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. All right.
Okay. You don't have cautious as far as I know, right?
I don't think so. Let me double check.
You do not.
Do not.
Okay, so your analysis of the plans are, this is risky no matter what, but you think the colonel is onto something.
You know, I think the colonel's plan probably has the most promise, tactically speaking.
And the other thing?
And so it's going to be one more roll, difficulty 1.
Do they have any
Okay.
focuses that apply for that?
No, because this is basically trying to remember off the top of their head who is the best hand-to-hand combatants.
Yeah.
Okay. So get that momentum back. So the list of top combatants on the crew basically goes Catheris, Harrison, Graz, Talus, and then you forgot to have run a hand-to-hand analysis of most of the crew in the last month because you've mostly focused on getting everyone back up to speed, making sure the ship is okay.
We know who's going to be last on this list. Let's just cut it.
Where does the
Dr.
colonel fit in?
Varosk. It's Dr. Varosk who's last.
Where's the colonel who fits in?
The colonel fits in the security roster. Like, he is
No, I mean, like, where is he on the list of punchy?
punchy. He is. I'm gonna say, have any of you? This is gonna be a momentum spend thing. Have
Okay.
any of you guys done hand-to-hand combat with him, like in training?
I probably would have invited him at some point.
Okay.
And I probably would have just, like, curiously wanted to see what he could do.
Okay. So we're creating a retcon here and saying that you guys have boxed around on holodeck a little bit. He is better than Talus and Graz, but not as good as Harrison and Catheris.
Okay.
So you and I are the best punchers on the ship.
Yeah, it's not like you don't have cheat codes or something for that.
Hey, he does.
Most of it is experience. Come on.
It's true. He's gotten a chance to be punchy.
Yeah.
But I'm sure even if they aren't as on par with some of us, it would just be good to have extra hands, basically.
Additionally, if we're going with the social plan, presenting an intelligence officer Starfleet captain would probably make a pretty good prize.
Be a very good prize. It'd be the kind of prize that would get the Empress's appeal, actually.
I'm not sure about you coming on this mission.
It's not terribly a great idea, but suffice it to say, my experience and skill set are probably best suited for something exactly like this.
Can I get both of you to do an insight security check on this?
Yes.
Actually, and Talus too.
Okay.
Do I have any? I am guessing I have focuses.
Yeah. So all three of you will have focuses that apply here.
Okay, let's make a roll. We're not going to use momentum just to make it fair.
Yes. I was gonna say no momentum spends.
Okay, I'm going to spend threat. No, I'm kidding.
He's already got enough threat.
Damn it.
Okay. So
That's
I'm
actually pretty typical.
So here's the thing. I didn't tell you guys this. I was gonna add your scores together for this.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool. Can we cancel out the momentum?
Yeah, that's why you can't spend the momentum. I am taking the complication as threat.
Okay.
Here it is. Harrison would be one hell of a prize for Sela to have. A Starfleet captain who is an intelligence officer or former intelligence officer, that is the kind of thing that the Telsiar would drool over. That is the kind of thing that could give her political clout for days.
That's the kind of thing she would take a risk over.
Uh-huh.
Captain,
Go ahead.
can I speak with you for a moment? And I kind of like drag him away from the table.
Okay.
You seem to be forgetting one very key issue. The fact that there's a moment in time where you might, I don't know, lose focus.
And it's at this moment he gets a flashback. And so Harrison, you just, again, the moment of dizziness washes over you, and you are no longer 10 years old, you're 16 years old.
Oh boy.
And you are talking with Catheris just outside your school. And you are just shaking your head. How is it that every single test we take, you manage to outsmart me somehow? And Catheris just looks over, laughs, and goes, well, what did you expect? You know what? You might be a good soccer player and a fantastic hockey player. You ain't got nothing on me when it comes to geometry. And you just shake your head and go, and it's just frustration. Goes, all right, fine. Goes, as a hover car comes by and honks, and she goes, oh, there's my ride. Sorry, I'm not gonna be able to come over tonight. Dad got a promotion. Vice Admiral? Yeah. Finally. Guess things are looking up for him. See ya. As you see her just jump in the car and you're snapped back into reality.
And I'm guessing he didn't see who was also in the car.
But he does remember who is in the car.
Yep.
I blink.
Case in point.
My face just stones.
What?
And I turn back to everyone else.
Yeah. And there is a document available for Harrison with identity and so forth information.
Yep.
And you're gonna need to do an insight security check to see if that's even a good idea to mention that now.
Do I have any applicable foci?
With applicable foci. Okay, so you're getting that momentum back. It would be a huge distraction right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to mention what I saw at all.
Okay.
I just kind of fold my arms and I just like kind of tilt, like kind of like do like the hip cock, like case in point kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. As it stands, my going on the mission is probably the best idea. Simply to get us access to Sela.
I don't like bringing up protocol, but if you're going, I should probably stay. But if I stay, it's a problem.
Both of us together would be better than just one of us.
All right.
This is unorthodox and unusual. So we're gonna have to be unorthodox and unusual.
All right, but if Snake gives us shit, you take the brunt of it.
That's what I'm here for.
All right, so are we gonna get to it?
I'm gonna assume that Kagon, are you alright staying on the ship?
I think it would be wise for Kagon to.
And
just
Kagan
falls
is a-
down a flight of stairs, crushes all the Romulans.
that actually could be helpful. But so it's just gonna be
I'm a far more effective captain with the ship's.
Yeah.
With the ship's complement of scientific potential at my disposal.
Lieutenant. How do you feel about being on with the Colonel's Loud team?
I would be perfectly comfortable when we work together well when we rescue Commander Catheris.
All right. So, Han, how's your experience in infiltration? Well, you have
Well-
10 hours. Start learning.
Come on. I have some stuff I want to talk to you about, Matt, and when it comes to masking our signature anyway. While we're doing that, I'll give you some briefings on how the fuck to lie.
And I'm going to start looking up all the intelligence on the Imperial Palace.
Okay. As
Are we still in contact with the fleet?
you are for the time being, but you're gonna have to start going into communication silence soon.
All right, I'm gonna try and make a message before take. I'm gonna try and call somebody before we go into radio silence, but I'll do
Okay.
that privately.
Okay.
Secret.
Yeah, but that's after this scene.
Okay. So what's going on with the rest of the scene then?
I think we're done.
Anyone
Okay.
else have anything to say?
We've got our approach. We've got our what we're doing when we're there. We've got our bait. I think this is a plan.
Okay. So the meeting adjourns, and on the way out, Sehen turns to Catheris and goes, "I know how to lie. Have you
Do
ever?
you?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Kashima when I walk in 20 minutes late?"
Wow. Wow. Okay. Tip number 1. Lying to your love interest is one thing. Lying to, and like we walk out the door.
Okay. All right. So, Logan, you wanted to make that phone call.
I do. I'm going to my ready room. I'm going to request Ariel to turn it into recording silence.
Okay.
I'm going to contact Admiral Ted.
You are very brief. You're able to get a connection to Admiral Ted.
Admiral Ted, you're the person I call because I think you're the only person I can contact right now who can give me. The only person I know who can give me the contact with who I actually need to talk to.
To what are you referring, Captain?
Our mutual, very quiet friend.
He's currently on the USS Cavalier, giving Admiral Wilvantris a very hard time right now.
Mm-hmm. Regardless, I just do need to talk to him.
Before I do that, I need to know: is this personal, or is this professional?
I need to know how trustworthy information on the Imperial Palace is, as well as any information he may not have put in the report.
Understood. Forwarding you now. And Tanae closes. There's a brief pause, and then Drake comes up in he's wearing his undercover Starfleet uniform. Captain, what do I owe this pleasure for?
Official business, I'm afraid. I got your report here with the intelligence on Rator and the Imperial Palace. I need to know anything that might come up that wasn't listed officially.
What's in there is what you're gonna get.
Nothing else? No personal experiences? Anything that could help?
Honestly, Captain, the number one thing you have to remember with Sela, she's after only one thing: watching out for herself. Use that.
She's a snake, yeah. Well, have you met the woman?
Once or twice with disruptor fire.
Okay. Only under attack. No more sociable encounters.
The social encounters devolved into disruptor fire.
All right. Well, naturally, she's going to be untrustworthy of me or anything I say. What do you think might be the best way to convince her that our intelligence is genuine and that she's about to be executed?
Point out to the fact that the Romulan fleet busted her out of there within a week of her capture. And they didn't even bother to go looking for her while she was gone for almost a year.
Okay. That's all I needed.
Good luck, Captain. Drake out. And the
And I'll
comm channel
take it.
ends.
I'm going to look up the information on the Catheris' father.
Okay. Well,
And that's where the scene ends.
that's where the scene ends. So
I have some ideas to talk with Sahan, but it's no rush.
yeah, I was gonna say before we do any discussion with Sahan, I was actually going to have a scene of Talus, Kagon, and Graz discussing the tactical options. In your office, actually, if you don't mind, since I don't have a set for anything else.
Mine?
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
because it might be not the kind of thing you want to put on the bridge. So, I'm gonna move you guys right over there. All right, three of you. Discuss what you're gonna need to do.
All right. So we're landing the ship, right? That's what we
Mhm.
decided. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I will be in contact with the I'm assuming I'll be in contact with the Cassini while I'm on the ground, or are we maintaining radio silence?
You're going in with the Makos, right?
Yes.
You will be able to maintain. So actually, I'm going to say the Colonel is here too. You'll be able to maintain basically brief intervals of communications. You're not going to want to keep like open channels for very long.
Mm-hmm.
It's often going to
direct laser communications going to be
gonna be a problem with that ridge between you guys and the city.
Yes, there is.
Basically, the way it's gonna work is you can piggyback off of any of the number of Romulan signals leaving the city. Because you've seen Starfleet officers do this before.
Oh, piggybacking. Okay.
Yeah, that's super easy with the super advanced technology of this century.
Cool. And Cassini, I assume, is going to be completely powered down. Like
For the most part, yes, she will be
Yeah.
running on her fusion cores, and she will have the shield generators will be pre-charged, but they won't be on.
okay, yeah. And then as far as like the engines go, how what's going to be their state of readiness?
So the thing about the engines is that the impulse engines can be brought online really fast for a
Mhm.
rapid descent. That would take about 30 seconds to come online. And once they're online, you can just run and gun it. You guys did this on Nimbus. This is super easy to do.
Cool. And will the sensors be online, or are we taking them offline?
Passive
So-
sensors will be online because
Mhm.
they don't generate any emissions.
Yeah, the
Right.
ship, because Pathfinder class ships have active sensors and they have passive sensors. That intel officer seating. So she'll turn off active sensors. She won't ping, but she'll do passive scanning as needed.
Hmm.
Okay, we'll definitely need Kagon on that, and then
Yeah.
Graz, you be ready.
Oh,
And I can try to adapt our shield. Well, no, our shields will be down. And our emissions will already be minimal.
You
Maybe
could.
you could
There's
theoretically just make a line of tricorders around the ship.
I mean-
Every tricorder, put them around the ship.
Short of visually cloaking the ship, there's not. And visually cloaking the ship would require more power than just running silent.
Yeah, I think it's passive sensors, lay low, ready to go at a moment's notice.
Keep it at night.
Keep it like we'll probably have to have someone on weapons just in case there's some kind of like shuttlecraft.
Fortunately, there are an entire department dedicated to tactical operations who can handle that.
But yeah, but that'll be obviously Talos, your department will handle that.
Yes, I have a second who will be on the bridge.
Yeah, so basically go like that. Whenever be ready for the trigger, whatever that trigger turns out to be.
Turns out to be all of us screaming and running towards the ship.
Start the plane! Start the plane!
God.
As the angry natives literally run after us.
Spice thing!
Okay, that is not a. It is totally an Into Darkness reference now.
Oh, I was thinking Indiana Jones.
They're both true. They stole the sacred scrolls and now someone's face is melting. It's at this moment there's actually a chime at the door.
Come in.
And tell us, much to your irritation, Ray Sheck walks in. Talos, can I have a moment?
Can it wait?
Yeah, it can wait, but how long do you want us to keep waiting? I'm not going to take more than 5 minutes.
After I'm done with this meeting, I promise.
Okay. And he walks back out.
Apologies for the intrusion.
No, there's nothing you could do about it. This is not normally a deck where civilians just walk about, is it?
It's deck 2, so yeah, there's
Oh,
civilian
okay.
quarters on this deck. The mess hall is literally
Civilian
like,
quarter.
yeah.
Their quarters are here. I mean, it's not much I can do about it.
You guys are literally down the hall from the mess hall.
Oh, never mind then.
Well,
Yeah.
do you want me to get something from the missile for you both?
Sorry, what?
I mean, the mess hall is just basically down the corridor. Would you like me to grab something for you while you deal with whatever that was?
No, thank you for offering, but I think I'll be fine.
And now a cat? What is this, the Enterprise?
You just, meanwhile, the camera cuts away, and Catharsis just is being apologized profusely by some ensign who stepped on her tail.
Sorry, my boyfriend's cat.
Oh, it's fine. I'm teasing.
And now the awkward silence begins.
Yeah. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add.
Hmm?
Let's get to the next scene.
Okay, dismissed.
All right, and so the three of them walk out, and your husband walks in.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm starting to wonder if the question is what we can do for you. You've been avoiding us.
I could say is now really the time, but I don't know when is going to actually be the time.
That's kind of my thought. Look,
Yeah.
I know this has to be hard for you. really, I do get that. You woke up and you have this family you didn't know, despite the fact that you spent years with us. We lost someone, and that hurts too. And you need to remember that this isn't just you who's being affected. To be blunt, you've been a little selfish.
Selfish. Selfish?
Can I punch them? Like, not K-Gun.
You're,
Can
you're,
I punch them?
I was gonna say you're not in the room, but
Metaphorically punch him. Look,
I don't think you've been giving me enough time to adjust to this, especially not with everything else going on. I haven't been able to process because I've been busy and I have responsibilities and I have a new mission that I'm going to be going into enemy territory, and this is enough for me right now. I can't process this just yet, okay? That's just it. I don't
Okay.
know. It's not selfish, it's pragmatism.
and you've always been the pragmatic one. The thing is there's gonna be a point where, honestly, and he just kind of rubs his head and he goes, look, I'm not handling this well either. I got two people I really care about who don't know who you are anymore. I've got your parents who are constantly asking when you're going to make time for them, and you're on duty, which I expected. You're an officer. That has to come first. Just, can you at least stop ducking out of corridors when we want to talk to you? Even if it's something short like this. Have some coffee with us in the mess hall, like once every couple of days. Just something.
Can I get past this mission first?
Yeah, of course.
That's all I ask for now, okay? And
Okay.
I'll take it under advisement.
Take care of yourself, Talus. And he walks
Thanks,
out.
Ray. Thanks.
And I can hear the internal booing from everyone.
Actually, no. So, Catharis is actually on the bondmate side. Don't tell anyone.
Ooh.
Just saying, as the captain, if you want him off, we'll...
Just starts injecting them into space.
That's not what I meant. We'd find a nice cold planetoid.
I know how the DOF system works.
Oh, God.
Meanwhile, in main engineering,
Well, you can always feed them to the grinder in Starfleet Academy.
Oh my god. Yes, in main engineering, I'm kind of just going over the information that I gathered from the data rod and kind of looking to Sahan and just being like, I don't know if it's possible, and I never know which ship is comparable in terms of Starfleet to Romulan, but would it be possible to potentially just seem like a crashed Romulan ship?
yes. Give me 1 second. Can I take a point of momentum, please? For
Yes,
his
of course.
cautious. 'Cause he has cautious.
Of course you can.
Yes. Okay, so you guys are getting that back. And he's gonna
Goddamn.
spend the other 2 points to create an advantage here.
Yes!
He's gonna go, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, this is easy. So even with the warp core offline, we still generate a low-level warp because these coils, but our EPS I can do this. Don't worry. We'll look Romulan. Hell, I can probably make us look like a Romulan shuttle on the way down.
That's good to hear. Do you need help?
No, I think I got this.
Oh, I don't know about that.
All right.
I'm not there. I can't see anything, but
If you'd like, you can get to work on that right now.
you can join us if you want to.
Yeah, okay.
no, I'm not there.
Okay. I mean, I just think that as little impact as we make as possible is the most important thing.
Okay. Yeah, I can do this. This isn't hard. So he's gonna roll for this. I'm taking another point for cautious. Steph, do you want to roll for the ship?
Sure.
So this is gonna be computers engineering. Let's see. Oh dang.
Oh wow!
Woo!
Okay, yeah. So that's like 3 extra momentum. So I'm gonna create another advantage here, and basically I'm gonna reduce any scans against you. Their difficulty is gonna increase by 2.
Nice.
Very
All
nice.
right. I have to go. Not yell at the captain. I'll be back later.
Actually, at some point during that, I would have asked it at your next available opportunity.
Oh, you cut out.
Oh, hang on. I said, at your next opportunity, I would have asked you to come join me in sickbay with Dr. Varask.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy. Time for that scene, isn't it?
Oh boy.
Alright, so we're moving over to sick bay.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be a few minutes earlier when Captain Harrison walks in. And there's no one in here right now. It looks like Vivaros is off on a break. Captain.
Dr. Varask, I need to look like I was just beaten.
I can do that super easily.
I also have a matter to talk to you about.
Why don't we do that matter to talk about first before I make you look beaten?
Fair enough. Dr. Varask, I'm getting my memories back.
What?
Yeah.
Is this human humor?
No, this was Q.
Oh. Well, that explains that. And he picks up his tricorder and he's gonna start scanning you.
I need your honest opinion. If you knew someone about a crew member, information that they've been looking for since they woke up, but it may not be necessary information that they really should have, would you still tell them? Would you hide the truth even if it could damage them?
As he puts the dongle away, he goes, well, I can confirm your memories are returning. Your memory engrams are starting to reconstruct themselves. It appears to be forming with the oldest memories first, but they're reforming perfectly.
That correlates to what I've been experiencing.
My response to that is, it's up to you. It's your judgment call. If you think it's going to harm them, in what way? Put their life in danger? Cause emotional trauma? What?
Possibly all of the above.
Oh. Well, that is entirely up to you. And it's at that moment that Commander Catharis walks in the door. Shh.
Oh, good. You're here. Yes.
Commander, we need to look the part.
I guess so. Yeah.
I've also filled Dr. Varask on my situation.
Oh, good. I was going to ask about that. That's kind of what I was trying to say when we couldn't really talk on the planet.
I understand your concerns, however, I believe that the rewards far outweigh the risk in this case.
Wait. That's what you were concerned about in the meeting?
Yeah.
What I was concerned about, yes.
You're right that it is putting the captain in great risk, and I have to continue the objection, but the point remains that you are still the best qualified person for the job.
Yeah. Also, you're not gonna like it. I told Sahan to make the ship look Romulan.
Wouldn't that just wouldn't that just put more attention on us? We don't
On
have
a
the we don't have the clearance
Romulan
codes.
planet.
We don't have the clearance codes. We don't necessarily have too many Romulan personnel.
So,
Are we...
so the way Sahen described it to you, Catheris, basically it's not pinging that you're a Romulan ship.
Yeah, we just look like one.
Yeah, if they manage to get through your stealth systems, you'll look like a Romulan shuttlecraft.
Do we still have any sort of transponders that could mark us as an Imperial vessel?
I have to talk with Sahen about that.
I didn't think of that. I
There's
was
more to
thinking
identification. There's more to identification than
cosmetic.
just visuals.
Yes, I know that, but we're running on low sleep, and honestly, you just seem pissed about this whole plan.
I'm not terribly fond of it, I'll admit it. I don't like going in defenseless.
And Harrison, you get another flashback.
Oh, good.
And
Can I roll to see if I actually show it this time, now that I actually know what it feels like?
yeah,
Okay.
control command.
Okay.
This is going to be difficulty 1 for this
Applicable
first time.
focus?
No,
Okay.
there is no applicable focus for this. Okay, so Captain Stoneface sit as falls back into a memory. This time at Starfleet Academy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Time to meet Linda!
And it's you and Catheris, your sophomores, sitting at a table in the 601 club. And Catheris is just ranting about how much they've hated being in the science department because all those nerds in that department, all they want to do was obsess about their archaeology or their astrophysics. They didn't want to get out and do any practical work. And then transferring over to engineering, since they've been there, it's only been the practical stuff, and no one's thinking oh, let's overclock the system without thinking, well, what's a theoretical improvement on this? And I hate it. Why is it that the scientists are so obsessed with the theoretical, but the engineers are so obsessed with the practical, and none of them seem to want to get together in the same room and try and come up with something that's both? And Harrison goes, maybe neither department's for you then. And Catheris just rolls their eyes and goes, why? Ugh. This is more irritating than when you outran me in that 100-meter dash. I only beat you by 1/10 of a second. It still irritated me. I don't know. I just wish there was a department that did both. And as you're about to say, why don't you go into intelligence, someone else says it. A woman who's about 3 inches shorter than you with red hair goes, why don't you join intelligence then? They're almost all scientists and engineers, and they have to do practical and theoretical analysis all the time. Plus, if you get into field work, then you're going to have to figure out a way to break into enemy headquarters, break into their computers. You can do good science, good engineering. Get to fire a phaser on occasion. Sounds more up your alley. Catheris looks at and goes, intelligence? And you're like, actually, that's what I was about to say. Come on, join me in the intelligence department. It's what we're meant for. Intelligence, huh? Yeah. And the woman just goes, sounds more your style. Well, I guess I better go file that paperwork. Theris stands up, walks out of the room, and you look over and goes, you said exactly what I was thinking. And I think you were more convincing than I was. And she sits down and she goes, well, I have great respect for intelligence officers, and there's not nearly enough of them these days. Linda O'Malley, Logan Harrison, and You come back to reality.
I believe.
Anyway, like I was saying, it's just like, God, I hate. Are you done, Frask? By the way, do I look sufficiently like I got my head thrown through some sort of?
So literally, it's been like 2 seconds.
I'm impatient.
And he goes, "Oh." He picks up a hypo and whacks you over the head with it a few times.
How was that improving the balance?
Oh, it's balancing out my feelings. Hold still. Theirs now has like a swollen eye.
Well,
That's not going to work on you, Captain. He comes over and grabs a thermal regenerator and like artificially induces one on you.
It'll have to do. Can you make it seem more like we were interrogated and tortured?
Sure. He punches you in the gut.
Do I react at all?
You asked.
Yeah, you were acting like it still knocks the air out of you.
Okay.
You don't take any like damage or anything, but
That's what with my resistance. Maybe it's like, hitting a brick wall.
no, it's not like that.
Alrighty.
I mean, if you wanted to just look like we got tortured, we could just beat the shit out of each other in the holodeck for like 10 minutes.
Actually, no. What's Romulan interrogation techniques?
Usually this.
Oh, they don't do anything like electrical?
Or mind control.
Well,
Yeah, but most of it is mind control, as far as I can remember, and
It's
Oh, so it's
abuse.
gaslighting?
Yeah, it's mostly psychological with some physical abuse.
Okay.
yeah. So really, we should just be more, I don't know, traumatized.
So be like you normally are?
Wow,
Not traumatized. We're supposed to be intelligence officers.
that's true. I mean,
Defiantly and traumatized.
I could do.
I mean, those Frostons were shit for fucking enhanced interrogation techniques.
Let's just call it torture.
I mean, potato.
Potato
Regardless-
Butt, get out of my sick bay.
Yeah.
We're
Commander, I
going.
understand your- Yeah, so as I was talking, regardless, Commander, I understand your concerns, but the decision has been made.
I know.
Besides, you'll get to be there. Telling me I told you so.
I live for that part, you know.
I know. And I do smile a little bit.
All right. Anyone else want to have any more scenes before we approach orbit of Rator? Anyone whatsoever?
Going once, going twice.
Gone.
Harrison, you're going to have one more flashback before then.
Okay. I hope I'm
So-
somewhere quiet.
Actually, it comes to you while you're sleeping.
Oh,
The
lovely.
memory resurfaces as a dream. And what it is it, because of duration, I'm going to cut it off to the last chunk of it. You basically it's your final year at Starfleet Academy. You're getting ready to graduate in about 2 weeks. And Komarova has given you permission to recruit Catharis into Section 31. And this is you running them through the holodeck thing that they do to recruit people, the stress test. And you have basically run a simulation where the only way to save Earth, there's been an attack, is you are going to have to give up codes to the security center in Paris for the president's office so that you can perform a false flag operation and save the rest of Earth. And for the last 2 hours, Catheris has been running through this and hating every minute of it. But they're doing very well. They're doing what they absolutely really should be doing. They've even come up with a few new tactics that have kept the enemy off balance. And now it's come to this last point, and they have refused to hand over those codes. Instead, what Catheris went ahead and did is that they have falsified those codes and sent them to the enemy fleet. And the holodeck has been struggling to keep up with this, pulling like basically it's Kobayashi Maru Kobayashi Maru here. And so finally, the final stage of it is being activated where they're just going to start bombing the city. And it's Klingon birds of prey are flying overhead and so forth. And it's coming down to gotta make a personal choice. And Catheris' parents are being held by a pair of Klingons about to be executed. And another pair have the Federation president. And Catheris does the right call and goes, saves the president, but at the last moment, and takes one of the disruptors and manages somehow to outfox the computer and shoot one of the other two Klingons going after their parents. And then when the last one executes them, they get stone-faced, pissed off, and then they start gunning down Klingons in rapid succession. And you just go, end program. And they're suddenly jerked around because they didn't know that this was a simulation. You get taken in your sleep when this happens. And they're just tired and just goes, what the hell? What just... This was a simulation to see how good you were. I have to admit, you're better than most of the people we put through this particular scenario. Came up with some pretty ingenious solutions. Gave the holodeck a hard time, and it came down to your ethics. I'm surprised, though. You did choose the right call over your heart. It's always been a hard thing for you. Oh, shut up. Let me finish. I'm offering you a job when you graduate. What do you mean? You're a cadet like me. Yeah, I am. But I'm part of a top secret organization in the Federation. It's our job. Basically, we're not just intelligence officers. We do the dirty work. Oh, you do the dirty work. Well, dirty work isn't always clean. That's why it's called dirty work. The way I've always described it is we're the ones who have to take on a sin so someone else doesn't. I'm offering you a chance to do what you have to save the Federation. Klingon attack like this is going to happen eventually. We can't hold them off in Arcanus forever. And you just pull out a small box. It goes, look, it's going to challenge you intellectually, emotionally, morally. Everything that you've been seeking for, this chance to be something greater than yourself. It's sitting in here in this box if you'll take it. You just put it on the ground. It's your call. What do I get out of it? A lot of nights not sleeping well, but also sleeping with the knowledge that everyone else is safe. And they reach down, they pick it up and open it, and Catheris for the first time looks on their black badge. And you wake up panting vigorously at this. Gonna have any response to it, or am I going straight to the next scene?
I'm grabbing the pad next to the table, nightstand, and throwing it out the window.
So it hits the transparent aluminum and shatters. Not the window, the pad.
Yeah.
Entire room depressurizes.
Curse my genetically enhanced dude.
Pipe Drake!
But yeah, no, that's the one response he has.
Okay. All right. And so we're back to the bridge with only a couple of minutes out from Rator. about 6 hours later.
Drinking my coffee.
Yeah, I imagine everyone's got a Ractigino in hand.
I have water.
Hipster.
Ractigino doesn't have much effect on me.
It does actually.
Really?
You have no effect from alcohol, but caffeine works on you.
Oh, that's surprising. I would have assumed any intoxicants.
Nope. And so you guys come out of warp, and there it is. The Imperial Romulan homeworld.
I already gave previously order the moment we came out of warp to activate all stealth systems.
Okay. Kagon, this is going to be your role.
I can do that.
Take all the momentum.
Literally all of it.
But what am I rolling?
So this is going to be a... I guess this would technically be a... This is going to be a reason security task.
Okay.
Is the ship rolling at all?
The ship is also going to roll. I need a moment to double check to see what it would be the right one for the Cassini to roll.
Okay.
This would probably be communications security. for the
And
ship.
can our security officer assist?
Talus, would you like to assist?
Oh no, not again.
Tell us.
no.
No, I'm good.
Oh, no.
I'm good.
Okay.
I can. Yes, I can assist.
All right, and I am going to take a momentum here.
Reason security or
Reason security for you.
okay.
Let's see.
So Kagon first.
Yeah.
But he's
Alright.
taking a momentum.
Yeah, he's taking a momentum. And I am also going to be taking 10 threat for the amount of time that has elapsed since you guys left.
Oh,
Oh,
lovely.
Yeah. Okay. Just need the Cassini here.
Damn.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes. You guys get that momentum back.
That was a difficulty 5.
What was
was
the
diffi-
difficulty?
It was difficulty 5.
Shit.
I didn't mention it because the thing was is that it was going to be a sliding scale, but it's difficulty 5 for perfect stealth.
Nice.
do we lose any power, by the way, when we do any of this?
Yes, you're going to lose 2 power from this.
But did we have a scene change?
I'm going to say there's not going to be a scene change until you guys land, for
Okay.
fairness sake.
Okay.
All right, I've adjusted the power.
Okay, and then Graz, you need to make a. This would be a daring con check, believe it or not.
Okay, I am pretty daring. Not as daring as I am controlling, but still very daring.
Want to take any momentum?
I will take a momentum.
Okay, and this is assisted, of course, with the ship, with its. This is going to be engines con because you're going to be. This is for the first approach where you're going to be lining it up and firing the engines at the planet.
So I'm assuming I've got to focus at least stealth maneuvers.
Yes, your focus will apply.
Three.
Okay, and then
Nice.
Oh!
yeah, so you have 1 extra momentum. So
Cassini's just beast
Wow.
moding.
We are finally doing what the Cassini was made to do.
it's true.
Can we?
This.
Can I just like be like over accurate if that's a thing? And
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So your accuracy is dead on. I'm gonna need you to do 1 more daring con roll and 1 more engines con for the ship.
Also, I would like to request that Ariel is currently on active stealth systems. So in
Yes.
case it looks like we're getting caught, she can immediately move things.
Yes, that's already in there. Actually, it's not gonna be engines con. It's gonna be structures con for the ship.
Got it.
I will take a
Because now-
momentum again.
Go for
Okay.
it.
This is gonna be a difficulty 2 test because you've reduced the difficulty by 1.
Nice.
Oof.
Come
come
on,
on.
ship.
No.
No. You can re-roll, right? You have cautious?
No, I don't.
He
Oh,
doesn't
no.
have cautious. So
Um,
the ship
Well, we're almost done. Do you want to burn determination?
Yeah, I'm gonna burn my determination.
Okay.
What you got?
I'm gonna create a value.
Okay.
Something about pinpoint accuracy.
Okay.
Flying through the needle?
Yeah, like through the eye of the needle.
Okay. Okay. That is an appropriate value.
You can re-roll.
Yep. Reroll.
All three?
We'll just
Yep.
re-roll 2.
Yeah. Reroll 2. And we're probably gonna run a little long tonight, guys. Because,
There we go.
Yeah. So, FYI, we're probably gonna have to run a little long because we're a little short of where I want our cutoff point to be.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. So you successfully coast into the atmosphere. Nobody detects you whatsoever. You guys get through undetected. Thanks to the amazing job that our security team's science officer and our pilot have done.
Is it bumpy, the ride?
Oh, it's bumpy because you're doing basically a dive in the ship with barely any thrusters.
Do we have to turn off inertial dampeners?
Well, use only so much they can do for the turbulence when you don't have the ship's controlling mechanism.
Okay.
So it's bumpy, but it's not like it's like, oh, you're
It's
doing
not
the Star
re-entry
Trek.
on a space shuttle.
No, it's not that. You have gravity. You're not being thrown into the wall. You're not wearing seatbelts. You're good. And you come, and she glides down into that clearing, and she lands perfect.
Well, that was interesting, but we did it.
Excellent work, Lieutenant.
Hmm?
And to everyone else as well. Fantastic.
All right.
I should mention too that we're probably Catheris and I are probably wearing disheveled uniforms.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or like shredded Odyssey uniforms or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been kind of torn up a little bit.
They're dirty and kind of got some fake blood put on them, all that good stuff.
We can just do real blood.
I was just like chunking out my own blood.
Hypo spray, a little bit of spray. There.
No problem. That way, if they DNA check it, it's fine.
Yeah. These are Romulans. They're paranoid to the max.
I'm gonna say that's a 2 momentum spend to have to change the scene for that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And I'm also gonna say that's gonna escalate the threat a little bit.
Oh, come
God
on.
damn it.
Come on. That was a great idea.
It's a great idea. It's just gonna. I'm taking stuff because you're being more successful with this. All right. So how are you guys gonna get there? Gonna walk? Gonna beam yourselves into the city?
I
don't know if we
think
can
walking
beam.
might be the best and safest option.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So-
how far is it from where we are to?
It's about, I would say, 5 miles at most to walk to the palace.
That's doable. We can do that in a couple hours.
Mhm.
I assume we're cuffed, but we're in like quick release cuffs, so we can unlock them
Yeah.
whenever we want.
And I'm assuming we're leaving first, and then the Mako and Talus group is leaving second.
Yeah.
Talus, Mako group has agreed that they're gonna like hang out on the ridge behind the Imperial Palace.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Talus, take explosives.
Gladly.
Yes, they have brought their demolition officer along as well.
You're a loud team, so go loud.
Go loud. What are you guys bringing for your 1 extra item?
I am not bringing a phaser if I can opt out of taking a phaser and instead taking a sabotage kit. Sahan is carrying for me.
Sahen has his own sabotage module with him.
Oh, well,
Can I bring a concealed weapon like a needle or something? Something you can hide.
You could probably take the closest thing that you could probably take is one of Kagon's Detogs.
I need something smaller.
The computer can replicate like a
the Dog is
switchblade.
concealable.
Yeah, the Detog is concealable.
Okay, but I mean, we're gonna be searched, so I need something I can easily hide.
Yeah, you can easily hide it. It's actually considered a stealth item in the rules.
Then yeah, sure, I'll grab one of those. I mean, I will ask permission to take one of those.
Bring it back, Captain.
Of course.
All right. So you guys, after a couple hours of walking, you arrive in the city of Nova Roma.
Oh, can I just, before we leave,
Mhm.
I turn to Kagon. If I don't come back, you can have my Calto set.
Aww.
I would rather you come back.
Well, this way at least I know it's going into good hands. And then
I
I
thought-
leave the bridge.
I've left a will with Ariel.
Okay. So you guys have entered the city and you're walking towards the palace. You guys doing anything to kind of play the part more?
I'm definitely looking like I've been beaten, you know, so I'm kind of like not quite limping, but definitely looking like I'm like trying to hide some internal injuries.
Okay. How about you, Steph?
I'm in Robo-Theris mode.
Okay. Putting that training to good use.
Yup.
All right, so I need the two of you to make a control security check, and then I'm gonna have Sehen make a daring security check to kind of reinforce that he's your guard.
Anything applicable? Foci?
Your intelligence officer stuff will apply here.
Okay.
Sehen has nothing.
Can I take a momentum, please?
You may.
All right.
Everyone roll.
Snap.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are gonna gain 2 momentum from this.
Thank goodness.
Basically, you guys all play the part. And no one even bats an eye. You look
Oh.
like you're Federation prisoners who have been captured.
We're at 02 momentum.
Yeah, a 0-2 because it wouldn't take just 2 for some reason.
We were at 2, so it needs to be.
Yeah,
4.
you want to bump it up to 4.
Oh, yes, 4. Sorry. Ugh.
That's why it wouldn't accept 2 because it was the previous value.
Okay,
Because
I
they don't
derped. I get it.
It's all good. Also, as we're walking, I'm keeping my like ears perked, kind of, and whatnot to keep things out, just to see if anyone's following us or anything.
I'm keeping an eye out for threats because I don't think that'd be too suspicious if my eyes were darting around.
Okay, so I guess it'd both be insight security, and Kather, since you're using your ears, that will, your special Cation sauce applies.
Would constantly watching also apply?
It's gonna be one or the other.
Okay, I'll take the extra d20 then.
Okay. And I don't get any applicable foci.
It's all intelligence operative for this.
Oh, okay, sweet. 1.
Oh, I did control security, but it's the same number.
Yeah, okay, yes, if it's the same number, then... So, Harrison, you don't see anything. Like, you think that, oh man, it's a little brighter than I expected, and my eyes aren't adjusting too well to this, and you don't really notice anything.
I may not see anything, but I suspect everything.
You suspect everything. You may be part Romulan after all.
That rock,
Insert
clearly,
slide
that,
here.
that rock is clearly suspicious.
It might be. There could be a sensor platform in that rock.
As for Catheris, you guys actually are going to gain a momentum.
Thank you.
You have you do not hear anything other than, oh my god, look at those Federation Varul they captured. Like, the people around are just like impressed that Sehen has captured you too.
Okay.
And
I
after
I have to give him
your
a height of rank that would make sense that he could capture someone of our stature.
yeah, his the fake Talshar uniform he's giving has the rank of major on it.
Okay, good. Because if it's too low, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a rank of major, not colonel, because colonel there's not a lot of that starts getting suspicious. But there's plenty of random majors. I think the name he's using his actual like surname because there's tons of Major Sahens apparently.
Oh, that's like John.
Yeah, it's Romulan Steve.
Smith. It's a Romulan
Romulan.
Smith.
Romulan
Not
Smith.
Steve. Not again.
And then, so you guys successfully arrive at Sela's palace, and you guys walk up to the guards. So he goes, "Got a couple of gifts for the Empress. Thought she might like a homecoming gift." And I need to roll for that.
He can take all the momentum he wants.
Literally, if he wants 5 dice.
He wants 5 dice. He can.
We can't
have...
do 5 dice, but we can
No,
do
2.
2 extra, I think.
Yeah, I can do 2 extra. So I actually have to. I also have to roll for the Ulans. So this is gonna be. Him. It's gonna be. Yeah, this is gonna be daring security for him.
If he wants any values, he can burn. Go for it. This is the time.
Here's the thing: none of his value. If he burns a value, he has to cross one off to do it.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
Because one of his values is why sneak when you can be honest, brutally even.
Oh, geez.
I would
Yeah.
say it might be time to cross it out.
I'm not gonna do it though.
Okay.
So because this is an opposed check, but I am gonna take the 2 die.
Okay.
Can
yeah.
we do anything to assist with this?
No, you just have to
Okay.
stand there looking bloodied, and then
We just have to stand there looking ugly.
Yeah, stand there looking ugly.
That's not hard for Logan.
Ugh.
Let's see how well the guards do. Okay,
The match,
well,
but it goes to the player.
it goes to the player. So they look at him suspiciously up and down, and kind of like, we don't like Tal Shiar, but the Empress would love a gift right now. And they open the door and let you guys walk in the front door.
So we can assume we're under constant observation.
You're under constant observation, but they quickly inform Sahan she's currently in her private throne room. Based on your intelligence, while she records it, it's for her eyes only in that room.
Good.
Useful.
And we're also now under the dampening field, yes?
Yes. Well, as soon as you got onto the palace grounds, you weren't in the dampening field.
Okay.
Do we still have our comm badges?
You do.
I'm gonna may have to
they-
talk to you about creating an advantage with that comm badge in a minute.
So I am going to say that they look roughed up, but they were replicated to look roughed up.
Okay, because there's something I want to do special with my comm badge.
Okay, well, this is the time to do it.
Okay, I want to. It's not actually a comm badge; it's a flash bomb.
Ooh, okay, that's going to cost you a momentum.
That's fine.
Okay.
Just our get out of jail free card, basically.
And I am escalating the threat because you are getting into danger zone here.
Stop giving him threats!
He'll just take the threat. Let's be honest.
This is that
I
thing
can
was
cough.
So this is that thing I was telling you about. Like this mission, I am generating threat to a point. If you reach that point, because you guys are doing so many successes or so many failures, it's gonna affect things.
Yeah, we don't want it to get to that point.
True.
Okay. Still, we could use it.
So you guys are escorted up to Her Royal Majesty Empress Sela's personal throne room.
How many guards are in here?
She has 2 guards at the door, but it looks like she's alone right now. And
Huh.
she is sitting there. She goes, "Ah, Major, I see you've brought me a pair of gifts." And he goes, "Yeah, I've brought you a pair of gifts. This is after the door has closed, by the way. So what's your guys' plan here?
I stand up straight immediately.
Okay.
I'm. Are the guards are still in the room?
Nope, they're outside.
Oh, good. Okay. So it's just us and her.
Yep. And I'm taking a point of threat for Harrison standing up immediately. She goes, "What is this?"
Empress Sela, we have reason to believe you're about to be executed.
Oh. Of course. Federation has to immediately butt in as soon as I get my freedom. I understand that I surrendered, but why should I consider coming back to such a cell?
Show him, and I point to Sehen. Or I nod to Sehen. Show her.
So Sehen reaches into his uniform, and he hands her the optronic data rod and goes, "This contains Starfleet intelligence that suggests that your rescue operation, not to rescue you, but to bring you here so that they can execute you and then make it look like we did it in revenge for your escape." And so, who wants to make the role of convincing her to actually look at the rod? Is it going to be opposed?
That's a presence roll, right?
This would be a presence security or presence command, depends on your role. how
My
you want
presence
to.
command is 15.
Okay,
Yeah, better than mine.
and
Alright.
but both of you get to assist. So both.
Okay.
All right, I've
Ferris-
got command presence. I'm going to take that last momentum.
Okay.
Can I do? What was the other one? Instead of you said presence security instead of presence
Yes.
command.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Can I use command presence as a focus?
You may. So I'm gonna roll first because the Empress is gonna be making an opposed check here, and I'm gonna be taking 3 threat for 2 extra die.
Okay.
So here's the roll for. Oh God.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so for
No.
It's the hen still needs to go, so hang on.
Yeah, but she got a complication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys succeed.
Oh, he only should have did a 1, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm only taking the first one, but yeah, you succeed. So Sela immediately runs it over in her mind. She takes the rod out of her hands, plugs it into her personal computer, reads over it, and goes, "Well, this is interesting evidence. Tell me, why should I believe you?"
Because it's exactly the sort of thing you would do in their place.
Okay. You got to do the roll again. I'm not burning threat for her to get extra die this time, though.
Okay, did we get any dice back?
Yeah, you got 1 momentum back.
I will take that momentum back.
did we get any momentum from the complication that she had, or what's the?
No. The complication is that she was more open-minded to it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, you totally smash her and gain 2 momentum. And so she goes, "That seems reasonable. I just have one question. Who?
Praetor.
Why? What would she gain at?" And then she sits there and
Your
goes,
chair.
and her eyes go, just like this look of, "Oh God, I'm gonna die."
Empress, we need to get you out of here immediately.
Oh, damn it! I had a thing I wanted to do, but it's fine.
What was the thing you wanted to do? I want to know.
If I can retcon it, can I say that I brought because I didn't bring an item, can I say that I brought something that would let me project the image of also being Sela.
Oh, the hologram, the
The
holoprojector.
hologram. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just pull out a mobile emitter and you just kind of toss it in the ground, and a hollow Sela appears.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna allow that because you guys were talking about it, so it's not like I'm gonna spend momentum on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it on the chair.
Yep. put it on the chair. She stands up. She goes, "I'm assuming you have an escape plan."
Of a sort.
Yeah. Turn off the transport inhibitors.
Oh, that blunt, eh? Very well.
I mean, unless you think walking right out the door in front of all of your guards with us is...
No. It's probably the best call. However, what I'm assuming is not included in here is that where is this vessel that's going to be receiving us? Are they in orbit?
That's none of your concern.
It is my concern as to where I'm being beamed to.
A Starfleet
Because-
vessel.
I understand it's a Starfleet vessel. I am not asking about the vessel. I'm asking about its location.
It's on planet.
Commander.
Where?
Nearby. Within 5 clicks.
Is it over the ridge?
What are you getting at?
Because if it's that ridge line is laced with Iltritium, you're not going to be able to beam through it. That's not something that's kept public knowledge.
Do you have a personal transport we could use?
Are we on the... Wait. Just for clarification, are we on the ridge, or is
So
Talus on the ridge?
So Talus is on the ridge. There is the city. There's a ridge, and then the forest is on the other side where the clearing is with the Cassini. What she's basically saying is that ridge is going to inhibit transport.
Oh, I see.
So the only way you're going to be able to beam her out of there is if you fly the Cassini over the city.
Does the Imperial Palace have a transporter pad?
It does, but I'm not going to be able to get to your ship.
No, we can get close.
It's also going to set off the alarms.
Yeah.
If I gave her my comm badge, would it enhance the ability for her to be transported?
We would need to have taken down transporter pattern
Pattern
enhancers.
buffers?
Yeah, it's gonna. It would basically just be tagging her as you.
Yeah.
We could use the transporter pad in the Imperial Palace to get close. We wipe the memory. At the very least, it'll be closer. They won't have an idea where we went.
You can't erase the memory on our transporter pads in the palace this close.
Then we destroy
Follow
it.
me.
All right.
You can't
Lead on.
do it. If you destroy it, we won't be able to use it. Follow me. And she starts walking you, and you guys, where are you guys doing?
We're
I'm
gonna follow.
following her.
Okay. And she leans out, she goes, "Look like I'm taking you to interrogation."
Okay.
So you guys need to do a presence security roll. All of you.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm assuming my intelligence operative.
Yeah, you guys both have things. Difficulty here is 1.
We'll be fine.
As long as the hen doesn't stuff everything up.
He doesn't.
Oh,
Nice.
thank God.
And neither does Sela. So that's a grand total of 1, 2, 3 momentum you gain. And you guys are escorted to the transporter room. She goes, "Here it is. The computers here can't be erased. Attempting to tampering with them will immediately disable the transporters. It's my own security measure."
So, Han, can we rig this thing to overload once we transport?
She goes, "No, I have disabled that functionality myself. It's designed that if it does disable, it's going to create an even higher alert status. It means someone's here to assassinate me."
Right, of course.
What about ghost signals?
It's supposed to prevent that too. This isn't some 2-bit Starfleet transporter. Yeah, if you want to beam out, we can beam to wherever you want to beam us, and then run for your ship. But we're going to go on high alert as soon as it happens. There's no way around that.
I hope you can run then.
I can.
What
I've
about,
run,
what about
You-
personal transport? Something ground or aerial?
be shot out of the sky if I don't have authorization to do it. right now we're getting all my access codes reprogrammed, presumably to maintain the illusion of my return.
Right, of course. You go. We should send you through first. That's the highest priority.
If I go through first, you're not coming out, but I'm not going to object.
It's got to be all of us or none.
All right.
I want to go ahead and take a look at the transporter just to make sure, just to verify everything she's been saying.
Okay. So
Because I don't trust her.
no, you shouldn't. I'm
Can
taking
I also take a look?
one or the no. It's got to
No,
be
let's
one.
have our
of you.
engineer take a look.
Yeah, it's got to be one of
Okay.
you. And he's taking a momentum for an extra die. 'Cause this is his.
Please.
Snap.
Yep. And he gains it right back. So yeah, she's telling the truth. Like, just as he reads it, he's like, "Yeah, this is good security. This is what I would do if I was trying to protect Praetor Deton."
All right. I think we should beam in with Talus, and then we all run for the hell of it.
Okay.
You beam over to the with their rendezvous point.
Yeah.
All right.
So Sehen is going to make a roll, and then Sela's going to assist because she's giving him her current access code to use this for emergency situations.
Let's
should
hope
probably-
it works.
We should probably be aware that as soon as she puts in this code, this place is going to go on alert.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, she's also using a value here.
Okay.
Always have a back door.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just break my cuffs.
Code Empress Sela 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna deactivate my cuffs as well.
Okay. So here comes the roll. God damn it, Sehen.
Sehen, if you're gonna burn any values, now's the time.
Yeah, new beginnings are seldom easy. Re-rolling.
Negate that complication.
And yeah, so it's successful. It's successful.
Oh
but
no,
not-
I guess.
Yeah, it's successful.
But the
Oh.
alarm goes off, basically.
I'm taking it as threat.
Oh, of course.
What's up in the
You
alarm?
really
went off.
want to reach that threshold.
Yes, I do. All right. So you got program it to auto beam in 10 seconds. You guys get on the pad and you're beamed to Talus's location.
Lieutenant, I suggest we all start running.
I turn to the colonel and I go, "You heard her."
Does anyone else have the feeling this was a little too easy?
Yes, just start running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
All right.
Does
And-
it have sensors on our Makos and
So it's got the sensors on it. You do notice that there's a little bit of you've got a little bit of sensor interference. So you're gonna have to roll for it. Reason science assisted with the ship's sensors science.
I'm going to direct a Mako to leave a stun grenade at their location, so when they beam up to where we are, they're going to get a surprise.
geology and planetary surveys focus?
You know what? Yeah, that will apply.
Cool. 2 successes.
3.
Okay. You guys get a momentum back. You suddenly realize that about those ultradium deposits, but you immediately compensate for it.
Nice.
Can I hit my comm badge as we're running?
Yeah.
Caceres to Cassini.
Kagon here, go ahead.
We have Sela. We're just over the ridge. There might be some interference. If you can compensate, please, for the love of God.
Transporter room, can you get a lock?
Kashima here. I've got a lock thanks to your sensor scans.
Energize.
All right.
Engineering. And we need the engines and shields online in
30 seconds.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have him burn a determination here.
We got determination for days, son.
Yep. May as well use it. And for some reason it didn't roll. And it's because I'm on the wrong thing,
Yeah, I saw it roll twice. Control
Yeah.
and security.
and that's not even the right thing. Ship's gonna have to make it up.
You got 3 burner value, right? So that's 3?
Yeah, 3. So 'cause I need the Cassini now.
Okay.
What is it? Engines? What?
It's not engines. It's for the
We're doing-
transporters.
Yeah, we're doing transporters. It's like
Yeah.
computer, right?
Yeah, it's computers. I'd say in this case it's sensors because of the interference.
Yeah.
Sensors engineering?
Yeah, sensors engineering.
Come on, baby, hold together.
Yes!
Yeah. All right, so you guys have tons of momentum overflow here.
Let's make an
Right
advantage.
out of the transporter and into a wall.
So about the only advantage that Kashima can make is that he can mass transport everyone at once.
Yes.
Okay, yep, he does that. You guys come on board, and ship goes to red alert.
Let's get the hell out of here. Commander with me. Commander Empress with me. We're going to the bridge.
Once they are on board, Hell, bring up the landing gear. Prepare to deploy the ablative armor.
All right, Grass, time for you to make that
Yay.
escape roll.
Yes. Is it
Fly
daring
the
again?
butterfly.
I've already used my determination, so I can't.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you got momentum for days, so
Yeah, I will. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 2. Control con.
Okay,
one.
so I will just take one
Okay.
for an extra dice. I've got focus.
And just FYI, I am taking 5 threat because you have successfully rescued the Empress from the planet's surface.
of course.
Great. And for the ship, I'm assuming it's engines con?
Yes.
Okay, rolling.
Come on, baby.
3.
Yeah.
In the ship.
No.
That's okay. That's still one more than we needed.
Whew.
I'll deploy the ablative armor.
All right. So as you guys start riding up into the surface, the atmosphere blowing red, and as you come out of it, immediately your guys' hearts sink as you realize the entire fleet is waiting for you.
Yeah.
I should mention, I have not hit that threshold.
Oh, good.
How good is our armor against sustained fire?
Well, you'll have to find out next time.
Oh!
Great.
Oh!